I'm Christine from Pack Hacker. In this video, we're taking a look at the Pacsafe Go anti-theft saddle crossbody, which I've been testing for a month. Let's dive in. So this crossbody bag is got a 5-liter capacity if you have it folded down like this, and it can expand to a 7-liter if you pop it up like this, which I will show you more when we go inside. But there's a little magnetic closure that keeps it folded down. Really great. We have a recycled polyester exterior. I believe it is 600D, and it's coated with a PFC-free durable water repellent. Pacsafe is really big on eco-friendly things, recycled things, so it's great to see them using that. The liner is a 150D recycled polyester, so we've got recycled materials going all over this thing. This is the jet black colorway, and then you can get it in a garnet red, rose, and I think it was like, there's a mint color. It's like a green. They've got, those ones are more pastel, but each one has like little accents. Like this one has the gray accent on the handle and then the zipper. And this handle is just really nifty for like hanging it up or also like putting it on, taking it off. It just comes in handy, and it's really sort of out of the way if you don't need it. Along with the polyester, it's Pacsafe, so there are security features. There is an exo mesh slash guard built in, which you can kind of feel if you push really hard. It's basically a built-in wire mesh, which is really great, and it provides some structure for the bag, which is also great. And then we've got YKK zippers with these webbing tabs that have these little plastic pulls at the end. Basically, it just makes it really much easier for you to open them. The long webbing makes it easier to go through this zip tab at the end of the main compartment, so it keeps anybody from unzipping your bag, and then you just sort of feed it through if you need to unzip it, and there you go. And then the dock lock you pinch to open. But again, it's just nicer to have those extra tabs to pull. Just makes opening them a lot easier. The harness system is pretty simple, as you'd expect for a crossbody bag. We have an adjustable strap here, which is carry safe. And it's got this line of Dyneema wire running through it, so somebody can't cut it off of you or cut it where you have attached it around a fixed object. I'll get to that in 1 second, but there is an elastic keeper here to hold the extra strap. But I will tell you, I found with mine, this keeper was just a little too large, so it kept on like sliding up until I put it over this plastic tab at the end. And then it stayed put. Maybe it's just an issue with, you know, my keeper was a little bit not sewn quite as tight, and you wouldn't have that issue, but there's a nice little hack if you do have that issue. Then you can wrap it around an object with this turn-in lock security hook. You just flip it to the right, and then you can depress the hook, wrap it around. I was at a dinner show in Myrtle Beach, Florida, a pirate-themed dinner show, and it was really nice to just be able to hook it onto the chair behind me and then not worry about the fact that everybody's walking behind me, but nobody could really grab my bag, because then you can just lock that hook again. It holds tight to your chair. You don't have to worry about it slipping off or somebody snatching it. So I did find this most comfortable to wear crossbody as such. It is a very casual bag, but it definitely, it sits really nicely this way. And then even when I was wearing a tank top or had bare shoulders of other, you know, spaghetti straps, stuff like that, this strap, even though it's not super soft, it never rubbed uncomfortably. You can just swing it over one shoulder too, but the crossbody stayed put nicer. And I have to say, so when I was walking in very crowded situations in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, it's a very touristy spot, and so there's everybody all crushed up against you. It was really nice. Like at first I kept on like reaching back and like grabbing my bag. And then I was like, oh, right, there's locking features. So I, you know, obviously like had everything engaged. And then I just felt so much more peace of mind when it's hanging out back here behind you. If nobody can get in, it doesn't really matter. You don't have to like keep your hand on your purse in a crowded situation, crossbody, excuse me, like you would otherwise. All right, so although this is, you know, just a 5-liter bag, 7 liters, there is one extra little front compartment for you to fill with extra gear. Now, again, you have this dock lock to get into, and I have to say, if you are not concerned about what's, you know, what's inside, like I wasn't, because you'll see I mostly use this for little toiletries. But if you're not that concerned, you can just leave it like right there at the outside of the dock lock. It stays closed just fine. You have this flap over top, so no moisture is going to get in. It's really not a big deal. And then it's just easier to access. So I did that the majority of the time, except for, like I said, when I was in those crowded situations or had it behind me at a darkened show and wanted the extra security, then I put it in. But anywho, if you are carrying something else, there's quite a lot of space in here. It is just your general open front pocket. And it takes up almost the whole front. It doesn't go into this top section, but it takes up the whole front of the bag. But it does share capacity with the main compartment, so keep that in mind. If you have a lot inside, you're gonna have less room here. But I mostly used it basically for your basic toiletries. I got hand sanitizer, hand lotion, lip balm, the Wazoo lip gloss, nail file, just stuff like that, which is why, like I said, I usually don't engage the lock when I'm using this, because if somebody really needs my lip balm, they can take my lip balm, you know. It is just how I feel. It's, you know, you do you. And obviously there's plenty of room in here for like your phone or a passport or something like that. So if you have things that you don't want getting snatched, definitely engage that lock. It's really not that hard to get into yourself, and your items will be secure. So if you are finding this video helpful, go ahead and take a moment, click like and subscribe so we can keep bringing you content like this to help you travel smarter. Now we are going to go into the main compartment, which I have already undone, but I'll show you again how you do it. You just sort of slide that little tab through, and that's when it's nice to have that tab, pull it through, and then nobody behind you can, I mean, you're gonna feel somebody doing that when this is on your back. And it is easy enough to undo yourself, but like I said, if you're not in a situation where you feel, you know, like a security risk, a lot of times, and it's not raining, a lot of times I would just zip it right to the top of that zip tab and leave it like that. Obviously, if it's raining, you could get some moisture in this little bit of open zipper there, so you're not gonna wanna do that, but for everyday use, not that big of a deal. And so here's why, because it was like you have to flip this up in order to get to this front pocket. So flipping it up and undoing this zipper was just as convenient, which is why I ended up putting like my phone, wallet, keys, everything in here instead. Plus there's just so much room. So on the back here, we do have this nice little RFID pocket, and it has a hook and loop fastener at the top, and it's the right size for your wallet or your passport, whatever you want protected from digital theft. That's where you're going to want to stash that little that stuff. You could put your phone in there if you wanted to. It's a really nice pocket. It lays flat if you don't need it, and that little hook and loop closure just helps it stay out of the way. Next to it, we have a little slot for either a pen or a stylus, or again, if you're not using it, which I didn't most of the time, it just lays flat, which I really appreciate. Features that are there when you need it and then get out of the way if you don't. Then on the right side here, we have a key leash. just your basic key leash with a basic little clip here at the end. It is a good length though, that when I had this crossbody, I was able to, this is my work key fob, able to reach doors, no problem. Obviously I'm not gonna drive with this like this, but it's a good length because it's easy to pull out, but it doesn't go so far to the bottom of the bag. Like it's not like lying all the way across the bag where like you're dislodging everything as you're pulling it out. So I liked it. It's that nice little happy medium there. And then we've just got open space here. So I've got sunglasses, tissues, AirPods, my phone. I think there's, some medications. I just, you know, you can just toss everything in here. I went to the movies this weekend and I fit a hydro flask in here because if you leave it standing up like this, you have a 7-liter bag that is still quite comfortable to carry. I rode a bike with it situated like this, had no issues. It doesn't, I don't like the looks as much as when you have it folded over, but it is what it is. And then man, you can stash anything in here, you know, a packable jacket, like I said, a hydro flask. Just if you are gonna use the water bottle, obviously there's nothing holding it in place. So please be sure that this is a water bottle that doesn't leak on you, or the other things inside can get wet if it does. So, but it works out really great for that. So it's a really great workhorse of a bag. Maybe it's not the most stylish, but I really liked, it just has a very casual look to it that I really liked. It worked for me really well, both on a trip and in everyday. So I like that you don't have to be so precious with it. It's rather sturdy and durable. So if that's what you're looking for and you want that added peace of mind in crowded situations, might be the bag for you. So there you have it, the Pacsafe Go Anti-Theft Saddle Crossbody. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.